I'm PJ Van Hull, and welcome to this exclusive interview with me and Coach Gary Henson, president and founder of businesscoach.com. We wanted to give you some excitement before the List-a-Palooza 90-day challenge to get you ready and excited about the challenge, and maybe even start getting some things in motion before the 90-day challenge even begins. So welcome, Coach Gary. I'm so excited to have you here with us. I know that you've been working on your list for a long time, and it's become very profitable for you. And I know you're super busy traveling all over the world, working with your high-end clients, teaching people how to become business coaches, coaching for really high-level people. And it means a lot to me that you took the time out of your wild schedule to do this interview with me. So welcome.
Well, you're welcome, PJ, and I'm absolutely happy to do it. And you know that I love you and love the way you operate and your business model. So anytime I can help you, please feel free. Happy to do it.
Well, thanks. So what I'd like to do is start by, for the people that haven't heard from you before and aren't familiar with what you do, can you just quickly share what is businesscoach.com and what do you do so they have some context?
Yes.
For that?
Absolutely, yes. Actually, it's kind of exciting for me because this is our 25th anniversary at businesscoach.com. And I started out, I started out actually coaching 25 years ago, larger organizations and middle-sized businesses. And for the last 15 years, we've been almost exclusively working with students and solopreneurs and people that want to become business coaches. And a lot of our people are transitioning out of corporate America. So we work with a lot of people that are really fascinated and want to make a difference for the people that they work with, have a lot of wisdom and a lot to bring to the table, but they want to learn a methodology. They want to learn how to coach and the right way to coach clients and get clients. And that's our specialty at businesscoach.com.
That's cool. And you're obviously a master at what you do. You've been a big player in the industry for over 2.5 decades now. And when in that time did you first get serious about building your email list?
Well, that's a great question. And some people may be thinking, well, how could he have started with the name businesscoach.com 25 years ago? And the first thing I'll say is our first business model before we were even on the internet, because there was no internet, was advanced business consultants. And then we decided to be a player on the internet, and that was our first big IT move. And then the second one was to create products and actually get out into the world and have people really get what we do by using our services, our trainings, and our products. And about 7 years ago, we thought, well, wait a minute, we need to start capturing the names of people and getting a list, because with no list, you're only waiting for people to come to your website or waiting to pay lots of money to drive people to your website. So long answer, but that's kind of the evolution of businesscoach.com.
Well, I love that you're willing to share that too. So you were actually in business for quite a few years before you decided to really focus on building your email list. And I think that's common. I think that people put it off, or they don't realize it's important, or they don't think about it, or they do think it's important, but it's one of those important but not urgent activities, so they put it off. And I'm the same. You know, I was in business for 6 years before I really got serious about building my email list. And I think that you, as well as me, as well as most people in that situation, think, gosh, if only I had started this, you know, when I first launched my business. Because one of the things that I share quite often is I think that list building is similar to taking advantage of compound interest, right? Like, just if you start an IRA and you're saving money, the earlier you start, the more consistently you make deposits, and the longer you go, the better results you get. It's exponential if you've looked at compound interest tables, right?
Absolutely.
And so I think list building's the same. You get to a certain point where you get into this leverage stage, and it starts kind of taking on a life of its own, and people that are on your list are forwarding your stuff, and people start signing up from who knows where, and that's what I call the leverage stage of your list building. And so I think it's really interesting, and I appreciate you sharing that. And one of my intentions of List-a-Palooza is that it motivates people to take the next step sooner rather than later to take advantage of that compound interest effect.
Yeah.
So since you started really focusing on building your email list, what's been possible in your business? How do you use it to grow your business?
Well, to go back and pick up in the middle of my previous answer, we invented a product. We came up with a product, which the 2013 edition is the Small Business Coach Master Training System, and we need an outlet for how to get the product out into the world. And as you know, the fast way to do that is to build a list and to create an audience of people, a community of people that are following you. And one thing that we've learned about that is it's not just getting people to come and say yes or no to a purchase, but you want to start giving people reasons and value so that they come back and they read your emails. Because I can send you an email every day for the rest of your life.
Right.
But if there's no value in there, if there's no meat in there for you to get value out of, then eventually you're just going to unsubscribe, and you're not going to want to be a part of my community anymore. So it's really about creating a community and creating a following of people. And the other thing I was going to say earlier is, PJ, any business, a database is really critical and important. So it's not just a concept that you're saying, oh, if you want to have a list, or if you want to produce products like Coach Gary, or if you want to have trainings and let people know when your next training or events are, should you have a list. But any business should be always keeping track of their database and who's in their tribe, who's in their community. And just because they buy doesn't mean that they're the only person that's in your community. It's people that thought about buying, people that purchased, and people that aren't ready. There's a lot of people we find that we give a lot of free information and a lot of support and help to, and we just do it because that's part of our business model. But guess what? A year later, 2 years later, all of a sudden they pop up and say, I quit my job, or I got downsized, or I got an early retirement. So now it's time for me to become a business coach, and I remembered all the material that I got from you in previous years.
That's really cool. And so how do you get people on your list? Do you have like a free gift or a free goodie that people opt in for?
Oh, of course we do. We have lots of different things. And again, we're committed to value. So one thing that I worked with you on a couple of years ago is we do the Coach's Tip of the Week. So each week, if you subscribe to our Coach's Tip of the Week, you get a tip sent to you, automatically emailed to you once a week, every week of the year, regardless of whether it's a holiday or what day of the week that you subscribe. So if I could, I would like to offer that to the people that are watching this video. Anybody who would like to subscribe to that. They're really healthy tips, and they're tips for life. They're tips for coaching, and they're really great tips. And I kind of created a special little URL for the people on this call. Can I get that out?
That would be great. What I love about the 1 minute coaching tips is it's like, what if you had 1 minute with Coach Gary every week? It actually feels like that, and I really enjoy getting them. So yeah. How do people get those if they want them?
Yeah, they just go to businesscoach.com/PJs-tips. So it's PJS-TIPS, PJ's Tips. And again, I want to thank you and acknowledge you for the idea and the thought and helping me create that, because we get emails from people all the time, and they tell us how they love getting the tips and staying in touch with us and getting reminders of life's lessons in 1 minute once a week.
Yeah, I love that you're doing those tips, because then every once in a while people email you and it feels like they're emailing you out of the blue, but it's not out of the blue. You have these tips going out that you created once, but they're continuing to go spread your energy more creatively to more people all over the world. So I absolutely love that you're doing that, and I read your tips, and I appreciate you making them available to the List-a-Palooza community as well. And then do you have, that's what I would call like your free ongoing goodies, the thing that helps nurture people, educate, and build trust. So maybe they sign up and they're not ready to buy now, but they keep getting your tips, and so a year later they're like, hey, Coach Gary has been providing me with this value the whole time. I'm going to work with him now that I'm ready. I think that's the real power in doing what you're doing. Do you have a one-time free gift to make it like extra juicy for people to give you their name and email address?
Yes, we do, and we use these for opt-ins a lot. So oftentimes, if people go to a class or attend an event of ours, we say to them, if you'd like to come to this event, you'll be automatically offered a free gift. And we don't keep track of who shows up and who doesn't. So when they opt in, we offer them this gift, and it's not a gift that I created in 15 minutes and decided to get out a recorder or record a call that I did. It's something that I created. We actually intended it to be a product, and it is a product. It's for sale on our website, but I like giving it away because it's one of the biggest struggles that all coaches have and all people have in business, and that is getting clients. So interestingly enough, the name of the product is called Get Clients in the Now Economy. It's updated all the time. It's 3 one-hour recordings plus 24 pages of really robust material out of our coach training. Some of our best material we've included in there, and ways to do what we call demonstrations as opposed to presentations. We believe that it's difficult to present to a client or define business coaching or coaching to a client, but it's very easy to demonstrate to a potential client what it would be like if I were your coach. So I did the same thing with this particular gift. I created a URL so that people could actually get the free gift if they watch this video, and I'll give that URL out. That's businesscoach.com/PJ's gift, and it's PJS-GIFT, PJ's gift. So we created a little customization just for you, PJ.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And what I love about what you said is you're giving them something that you would sell, or that you do sell. So it's actually something very valuable that they're getting for free. And so I think sometimes when people are creating their free goodie, it's like, oh, let me just throw something together. But if you can give them something really valuable, something that they would actually feel good about paying for, and they get it for free, that creates a lot of goodwill, and it's getting the relationship off on a good foot, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
So I think that some people get nervous about giving some of their best stuff away because they're like, if I give this away, then why would they buy from me, right? Like if you're showing people how to get clients in this product that you're giving them for free, then why would they sign up for your services? But what actually happens is people go like, wow, if this is what I get for free, imagine what I'll get working with them more closely, you know, and actually investing in their paid programs. So I think that's really powerful that you do that.
Absolutely.
And the other thing I wanted to ask you about is you work with a lot of coaches, right? That's your niche. So I also work with a lot of coaches, speakers, people that have a message to share with the world. And for those people, why do you think it's important for them to build their email list? Is this really something worth focusing on while, you know, everything else in their life is going on too?
Well, you were reading my mind on the last topic. I was going to jump in and say, this is a community, PJ. You've got to understand it's not something that's required or demanded or something extra you do in your business. This is your business. And when you have clients or potential clients, you can't look at them as people in your community as money or potential money or past money. What you do is you look at people in your community as part of your community, and the way you establish relationships with people in your community is giving them really robust material. And for example, the coaching tips, they're all things that are outside of our material that we use in our courses and in our trainings. And it's really, really good stuff that we recorded in a studio. It's all great PDF material that they can download instantly and get right away, so they don't have to wait. And it's important to understand that, as you said, people, if you give something to somebody and it's cheap, or you cut corners and it's a real average product or a copy of a copy of a copy, then people are going to say, well, I guess maybe the rest of the material is that way. But if they get a real high quality topic like get clients in the now economy, and it's something that they can learn and grow and go out and get clients, then maybe the next thing is what else does he have? And we believe that all of our products that are on our website, we don't do them on an iPhone or out in our backyard or something where it's convenient. We like to do.
So you don't have your cat walking in the video like I just did?
No, as you can see, I don't even have anything behind me in my office. It's strictly business. No, we make sure that people get value, because that product sells for $300 on their website and people buy it all the time. And again, it's a very important topic, and I want to help people and make a difference in people's lives. And if you do that enough times and you build a community, you don't have to worry about the money. The money just follows you.
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. I love this idea of really holding it as a community, because I think that sometimes when people use the word list, like, oh, I'll email my list and you email your list, and when they use the word list, it distracts them from the fact that these are people. There's people on your list. And so when I'm talking about building your email list, what I'm actually talking about is growing and nurturing relationships with this community of people who have put their trust in you. And, it's a pretty big show of trust just to enter your name and email address in an opt-in page, because there's a lot of people nowadays that change their physical address more often than they change their email address. Yeah. So they're trusting you not to spam them. They're trusting you to provide valuable information. They're trusting you not to rent or sell or trade their information. So they really are trusting you, and you want to honor that trust by offering them value and really useful content. And I love that you spoke to that. So for somebody that is a coach or a speaker or a consultant who is thinking, okay, yeah, I'll get around to building my email list eventually, but right now I have all these other things going on. What would you say to them?
You're getting the cart before the horse. It's the most important thing you can do. People call me all the time and ask me, so Coach Gary, what should I put on my website? And which system should I use? And how should I do this in coaching? And how should I coach this kind of a client? And what niche should I go after? And so on and so forth. And I'm telling you that all that really is secondary. What you want to do is have, even if it's a plain website, as long as it tells who you are and what you do, and offers somebody a free report or a free gift. And for those of you that are listening that are just getting started, I work with people that are coming out of corporate America or lost their job or sold their small business, and they say, I want to become a coach, and I'm just getting started. So your first report maybe isn't going to be a 25-page white paper that Harvard Business School is going to pick up and say, we'd like to use that in our and send it out to our community. But you want to offer something that speaks to who you are. And this is a lesson, PJ. I'm still learning the details of this, and I'm still learning the importance of this. If you are someone who is in the used car business, you wouldn't put a brand new car on your website and say, I sell new cars. Okay. And if you're somebody that's in the in the business, if you have a pet shop and you don't carry horses, you wouldn't put a picture of a horse on your website. And if you're not selling or working with horses. So why would you say to somebody, well, I'm this and I'm that and I do this and I do that? Tell people what you do. Make it a unique niche that is something that really speaks to what you're powerful at, and then either give a speech. And if you give a speech and you have 100 people in the room and you're a speaker, have your free report on the back of your business card and give your card out to everybody. And during your speech say, hey, would you like a free report on my topic, my passion? It's on the back. The free report, all you have to do is just go to my website and click here and you get a free report. Or if they come to your website, you can offer a free report. Or if you're being interviewed by the world famous PJ Van Hulle, then you can mention that you have a free report or a free product that you'll give people right on your video, whatever you do. But again, it speaks to who you are, okay? So I train and certify business coaches. I give people free tips, free reports, and free products that help them get clients to build their business coaching practice. That's what I do.
I love that that's so honed. And this brings up something interesting, because I think that niche is a very gremlin-y conversation. I do a lot of coaching with my clients around this, and I think that sometimes they feel like they need to completely get their niche dialed in before they start building their list. And that would be awesome, but in reality, it's that would be awesome. But in reality, because it's such a gremlin-y topic, it seems that most of the people I work with, it takes some time and it takes some discovery to really own their niche, you know. And even for me, it's been a process. It was like, okay, I know it's entrepreneurs, and I'm pretty sure it's women, you know. And then I got even more dialed in. I'm like, well, it's really people that have a message to share, like speakers and coaches and, you know, other heart-based entrepreneurs and consultants that really want to like spread their energy more creatively to more people. And so I kind of drilled down, but it took me years to do that drilling down. And if I had waited to start my business until I was clear, I don't know if I ever would have gone anywhere. So one thing I want to say for if you're listening to this and you're not 100% clear on your niche, that one way to just test out a niche, or I like to say date a niche before you marry it, is to create just one little free report or one video or one free goodie for the niche. So do what Coach Gary is suggesting, which have your opt-in page, which is a very simple website, and yet it's much more effective than a big brochure site. That's where I would start out. It's easy and inexpensive to set up, and it's way more effective. And you can have lots of them. So if you don't know if you want to work with moms, or if you want to work with people that are trying to get out of corporate and start their own business, or, you know, you're kind of you have kind of a lot of different potential niches going on, you can create several different opt-in pages and just speak to one niche at a time. So just start with one, see how that goes, set up another one, and test it out. Like, I had no idea I was going to end up talking about all this list building stuff. But, you know, because really what I'm passionate about working with people on is basic financial education and their prosperity consciousness. And part of that is learning how to make money. And I'm very passionate about helping people become financially free. And one of the easiest ways to do that is building a profitable email list. So all of a sudden, I'm leading these list building summits and I'm doing these list building events. And so I've narrowed the niche even more, because I feel like it's the fastest way to get people to the results that I've always been interested in helping them get. So hopefully that helps if you felt triggered by that niche conversation. So Gary, is there anything else that you wish I had asked you that I didn't?
I don't think so, but I would like to make a couple of comments and pick up where we left off. I think that using the word community helps people out, or following. And again, when not to dwell on the term niche, but when you're looking to have people follow you, if you're passionate about something. So if PJ had said that all of what she just talked about in her niche, and she only wants to work with women, yes, that does cut the population of people by 50% that you potentially work with if you limit yourself to women. But also, women are more attracted to you, and you'll get a lot more serious women, and probably just as many or more people contact you, because that's the community that you're building. And as PJ said, you're building a relationship with your community. So if you just want to work with certain types of people, and I'll use women again in this example, that's really, really okay, as long as you're clear that that's the community, you stick with that community, and you're passionate about working with women. And if you are, they will find you. There's plenty of women in the world that will find you and your niche, if you can be really clear about that, and treat them as people, as a community, as friends, as relationships. And the building part will become easier as well, because they're really clear who you are, and they tell their friends about it, and recommend you and refer you to their friends in that same community. So I think that's all I wanted to end up saying that we didn't cover in detail earlier.
Yeah, it's really true. And one thing I would say is I agree with everything that you said. And if people are still feeling triggered by it, one way I like to think of it about it is as a bullseye. So I'm like focusing my marketing on women speakers and coaches in their 50s and 60s. But just because I'm targeting the bullseye, if I hit somewhere else on the dartboard, I still get points. So I have men in my program. I have people who are older or younger than my program. I have people from all over the world buying my products and participating in my programs. So I'm focused on the bullseye, but I'm not like throwing anybody away if they come, if that helps at all.
Yeah, focusing on your community and the center of your the red dot in the middle of the target, that's your key community.
The other thing that I would say about that is as you're figuring out who your community is, it's never too early to start providing value and educating and building trust and relationship with people. So a lot of times when people, they want to start their business, they're not clear in their niche, they don't know where they're going, they can just start sending out inspirational quotes and tips and fun stories. And then by the time they do know what they're doing, they have all these people that are interested in what they have to say.
Absolutely.
So anyway, I don't want anything to stop you from starting your list going now or taking the next step now. And yeah, I'm all riled up about it.
I got it.
So Gary, is there anything else that's coming up for you that you want to share before we wrap up?
No, I just want to thank you for the commitment that you have to List-a-Palooza and what you're doing in the community and helping people on this really important topic. It's really something that you can't talk too much about. So
thank you. And again, I'm so happy and grateful that you took the time to be with us and share your inside perspective on all of this and your tips and what that journey has been like for you and what you recommend for other people. It's super valuable. So thank you for taking the time to listen and watch our interview. Hopefully you got some great tips and insights out of it. And we'll see you in List-a-Palooza.
Bye, everybody.